Guns to Gardens still had a decent turnout even though the event was canceled. Organizers had to change around how they would accomplish breaking down and melting unwanted guns into garden tools because of a county ordinance also aimed at cutting down on gun violence. I'm Ariel Scheller. Thanks for joining ABC 27 for your news at 11. I checked in with event organizers to see how many guns they were able to get people to pledge to their program. I also learned more about how that ordinance halted their plans.
Thank you for coming.
Guns to Gardens looked much different than originally planned Saturday morning. Emily Bruno says they had to change the event last minute because of a county ordinance. So instead of dismantling guns and sending them off to make gardening tools, people who did show up could pledge to have their gun go through that process instead.
We did offer to anyone who came the opportunity for us to arrange a time for them to have us come to them with a chop saw or some other meeting place where we can do the dismantling in a private setting, which avoided all the sort of legal concerns that were raised last minute.
Guns to Gardens offered gift cards ranging from $200 to $400 as a way to say thank you to people who surrendered their guns. Don Pumphrey, founder of the Pumphrey Law Firm, says the county ordinance might have become an issue with the county attorney because of those gift cards being considered a form of payment.
The person accepting it, in other words, the people who are melting it down to turning it into garden tools, is actually paying or purchasing for the firearm in a quasi sense. So I can see why people would be cautious.
Bruno says there were alternatives offered to them, but they didn't have enough time to make them work.
One of the exceptions is having a carried concealed permit. This was shared with us yesterday morning, and the volunteers that we have working on this don't have a carried concealed permit.
Pumphrey says he likes the idea of Guns to Gardens and hopes they'll be able to continue their work soon.
I think Guns to Gardens will get it figured out, and they'll just have the right people in the right place and make the county attorney feel more comfortable, and the sheriff will show up and help facilitate everything and get more guns off the street.
Guns to Gardens had 24 guns pledged for their program Saturday morning, which Bruno says makes the canceled event a success.
This is resurrection work. I mean, when we thought this event was dead and we still had all these people show up joyfully wanting to surrender their firearms and turn them into garden tools, that's death to life, and it's just incredible.
Guns to Gardens is hoping to have the event they originally planned for in the future. They're working to get concealed weapons permits for their volunteers.